Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your monthly reading for May. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. May is a very powerful month. There are many intense shifts occurring, and you may have been feeling extra exhausted, burnt out, and fed up recently. But Mars now reappears 15 degrees apart from Saturn, and that occurs on the 4th of May. And this really is a big deal as our collective motivation returns. Vibrations raise higher spiritually. You'll be embracing that inner warrior to overcome challenges and find solutions to any problems that you've been experiencing recently. And of course, you will feel the energy the most, my beautiful Aries, because Mars governs your sign and gives you that extra energy, that boost. So expect to feel more energized, motivated, and tenacious to move forward on long-term goals. Now, Saturn is a very serious planet that can be a bit of a hard taskmaster, pushing us to work hard, maintain momentum, and remain true to our path without distraction. And this in turn can create minor tension, both within ourselves and with others, as we jostle with an intense change of energy and pace. But ultimately, Mars encourages you to be passionate about all your endeavors, to really embrace self-expression and creativity, as well as feel enthusiastic to learn new things. You'll pay more attention to your health, body, mind, and soul. And Mars, of course, reignites your lust for life to find new exciting ways to revamp your life, to bring back that spark that may have been missing for the last couple of months, as Mars has been literally hidden in the sky. Now, Jupiter, the most auspicious planet of prosperity, shines its beautiful energy upon us all, finally delivering better times ahead. As we also have moved officially into Taurus season, we should also expect amplified opportunities and success in areas where you have been focusing all of your energy, as well as discovering new ideas on how to increase wealth, repay debt, and create solid foundations for stability. Also, it's worth noting that this month you should expect more invitations to events. They should start to flow in. And with Jupiter showing up in the sign of Gemini, you'll feel more sociable and potentially meet new people to add to your soul tribe. This could also come in the form of networking for your business, as well as finding new people to become new friends for life. Also, the new moon on the 8th of May is all about reconnecting with nature, falling back in love with your life, attracting good luck, and deepening your connection with the law of attraction. So if you have any law of attraction rituals that you feel like you've lost touch with, this is really a great month for you to reconnect there. Also, I want you to be aware that we have the full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd of May, and that will affect all signs by injecting more opportunities for adventure, to take charge and make bold decisions while seeing the bigger picture of your life, to remain on track, but also to attract more fun and spontaneity along the way. Also worth noting that Jupiter will conjunct the Sun on the 18th, and after that, Jupiter will not grant as many wishes as usual until later on in the year, specifically the end of June there. So on a personal level, it's a great month of potential and lucky breaks despite chaotic surroundings. I also want you to be aware, of course, that Mercury is no longer in retrograde, so that's really great news there. And you are being governed by your second house of value this month. How you value yourself, looking at situations where you give away your power, undersell your talents, or notice when people underestimate you. Also, you may be focused a little bit more on cash, property, budgets, savings plans, repayment plans, real estate, trying to level up in some way in your life, being a goal getter and a goal setter, if that makes sense. Sorry, the energy boost was really intense there. So basically what I'm saying is, well, I'm not surprised actually, you've got volcanoes there. So this is a powerful eruption of energy suddenly coming to the fore to help you create new landscapes in your world in some way. But ultimately you'll be achieving what you deserve and what you put effort into. And it'll be a period of transforming your life for the better. Now, of course, your ninth house takes over from that, and that's all about the great quest for meaning, connecting to your life's purpose, your life's mission, and learning more about who you are and reestablishing your connection to your higher self. You may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat or a cultural getaway, or even enroll on some sort of higher learning course of study this month, or maybe it's something you already have booked and it's going to play out this month. This is a time to really look at the bigger picture, as I mentioned there. Dream big, dream bold, and watch your manifestations come to the fore. Now, what's really important about the month, because your ninth house, I'm being given this energy of you opening the door to your subconscious mind this month to reprogram your brain in some way. This is most beneficial, I guess, in the morning and last thing at night. I get a sense here that you're asking questions this month like, how am I going to show up for myself today? What did you learn from yesterday that you can reprogram today? Really review to remind yourself of what you want to stop doing, or what you want to stop feeling, or what you want to stop accepting in your life, so you can rewrite your narrative. So this is a big month of change for you. New beginnings, looking at your attachments to things that perhaps are negative or toxic for you. And that's across the board. That could be people, situations, could be environments, food substances. It could also be habits that you have. I really feel like this is a month of change for you. And I feel for some time you've been neglecting your own needs because you've been super busy or super worried about something. And there's been a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind recently. I mean, life is hard, and I feel like you've been trying to navigate at a pace that has been a little bit difficult there. And I feel like you're trying to keep believing in manifestation, keep believing in new beginnings, and, wanting to be hopeful that there is change here, but I feel like you are bringing the change to your life. I actually feel like you are taking charge of your life this month, and I feel like you're right on track as well. Now, your first card there is the shadow self. So that really is, opening a door, as I said, to the subconscious mind, really looking at the shadow self. This is the devil card here. So you're looking at things or experiences that you may have been accepting that are less than you truly deserve, or even, situations that perhaps you've been feeling you need to change for quite some time. This card can also be you looking at a habit in your life. Maybe you're trying to break that old habit right now and release it in order to create room for a new you, or, create room for something better in some way, because I feel this is a very strong month for personal development, because that second house is all about valuing yourself. The ninth house is about that meaning, that purpose, and your mission, and that connection to your higher self there as well. Now, the devil card can also indicate pressure. Some of you may have felt highly pressured this month. As I said, we've got volcanoes there as well. Sometimes we need to acknowledge, and you also have the tower. Look at that. Very sort of combustible energy this month. So I feel you're really trying to find a way to channel this excess energy rather than, allow pressure to govern you or guide you, or be a negative force in your world where you are disadvantaged by it. I feel like you're actually trying a way to channel it into healthy pursuits so that you can actually benefit from it. I feel like, you can view pressure as being a negative force, or being something that you can direct into certain pursuits so there can be a positive influence. So for example, some of you may not like pressure. Nobody really does, but you can actually be someone who thrives under pressure, who makes major radical changes under pressure. Because remember, You know, when us humans in life, when we feel comfortable, you know, we can get a little bit complacent. We can start to feel, okay, well, you know, I'm feeling okay. It's fine. And it's not that you're coasting. It just feels like sometimes we can get into autopilot mode, even though we're trying to pay our bills, look at our projects, remain, you know, connected to our friends and try and strive for something. The pressure is still there. The responsibilities are still there. And it feels like a lot. So it just feels like sometimes we just get into routine, a repetitive cycle, and we kind of accept things as they are. And it puts a lot of pressure on us. And sometimes we need that extra pressure in order to affect change. Because when there is pressure, that's when we truly feel enough is enough. Something's got to give. We've got to do something about it. So it feels like something is becoming quite critical in the month of May, where you are like, enough. You are like trying to channel your energy into explore new territory or create new landscapes in your world. For some of you, it could be like, enough. I don't like this 9 to 5. I need to find a way to launch my own business, become my own boss. For some of you, it's like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I want to be nomadic. I want to go off and travel. For others of you, it could be that someone is trying to bully you and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I need to expose this. I need to find a way to get help for this. For some of you, it could be that you're micromanaged and you're like, you know what? I need respect. I'm really talented and gifted at what I do, and I'm not accepting this behavior anymore. I just feel like you are looking at transforming your life in some way. And, you know, it's almost like you've been pushed into this situation where you have to change something, because that Tower energy, it can indicate that you've been feeling a little bit stuck, okay? The Tower can represent like a prison or feeling isolated in a situation, and you know, you're strong enough to do something about it. So I feel right now there is a liberation at foot so that you can actually launch yourself into some sort of new project, new environment, new way of living, new lifestyle, and I feel you're aligning yourself completely with a goal and a wish. And also I feel, you know, this is a card that indicates that you're grounding your energy, or you're finding, as I said, healthy pursuits of channeling this excess energy. For some of you, it could be that you're getting down the gym, or you're taking up jogging, or you're taking up something creative, maybe even, you know, squirreling away to try and change your life in some way, and you know, you're just putting all of your energy into that. You know, the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It actually is an important card that highlights where we feel stuck in our life. We all get to the Devil card at some point in the major arcanas. It indicates that something is either out of balance, or something has become so repetitive that it becomes dull or boring. Some of you, it could feel like, you know, that you're stuck in a situation that you found yourself helpless to change right now, but a resource is at hand here. I feel, I mean, you've got the Magician card twice in the resistance position, and anything in the resistance position, it will turn into the upright. So if you feel like you are unfulfilled in some area of your life and you're finding it really hard to focus on changing it, or you just find it hard to change it, I definitely get a sense that May is going to give you the boost that you need in order to exact radical change. That's what I see here as well. Also, some of you are paying a lot of attention to the stresses and strains of life, and you're trying to find ways to, you know, manage stress levels. This could be through things like taking a day off for you to just walk in nature. It could be that you're just taking a movie day out. If you are lucky enough to have a day off, you could just take yourself to the movies. For some of you, it could be to submerge yourself in a good book, maybe get a massage, maybe take, you know, a spa if you're lucky enough to be able to afford one of them. I just feel like you're trying to find ways to get out of being stuck in a rut, and I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that. Now, also, we do have the Tower and the Devil card together with the Volcano. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you beautiful Aries, if you've just come to this reading and you've had a bit of a shock in your life, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It is so difficult. Things are like upside down the last couple of years. There's a lot of pressure on. It just feels like the world is a new level of crazy that we're all having to adapt to. And I feel if some of you have come to this reading and you've had some level of a shock. So for example, some of you could have lost your job or been made redundant, or had to leave a toxic situation, for example, and it's just made you feel a little bit bereft or like, what's next? I feel like you're overcoming a fear and seeing the blank canvas as something that's actually exciting, because the volcanoes indicates that you're in a position of power right now. Number 9 there is a solo energy. It tends to connect to the Hermit card, so it could be that you can now do anything. You can put yourself out there to get new opportunities. You're reshaping your landscape in some way. So I feel like you're embracing the blank canvas, because anything could happen and now it's exciting. It feels like you've come out of a cycle of repeat, or maybe even left a toxic situation, and there's a new opportunity about to be launched in your life that brings a lot more hope. For some of you, it's going to be that you're launching second streams of income, or you're becoming more independent this month, becoming your own boss, or even connecting to your true life's purpose and mission, because you've been forced in a position to actually activate change. For some of you, it could also be that something radical has changed. Maybe your landlord has suddenly said, you know what, we're actually going to be selling the property, so you have a certain amount of time to move. So you may be looking for new environments, new places to move to. I feel whatever sort of shock or whatever it is that has changed suddenly, or even rocked your foundations, it may have created a level of fear or anxiety in your path, and you may have felt a little bit unsure about what is to occur. But looking at that 3 of Wands there, I feel this happened on purpose to align you with, your true right path, your true mission. Many, many years ago, and I'm only just mentioning this briefly, because this is the energy that I can feel from your reading, and it's akin to something that happened to me when there was like a major tower or restructure in my world, where basically everything changed pretty much within a couple of months, and I was like shook. And if I could go back to that time, I'd tell my past self, there's nothing to worry about. This is meant to happen, because the future is so much brighter than it is right now. And at the time, before the Tower moment, I knew that things needed to change, and I ignored the signs. And sometimes, the universe comes along and said, well, we sent you the signs and you ignored it. Then we made it feel so uncomfortable that you had to change. And because this is the protagonist energy, it feels something is building up within you where you need to change. You can feel a shift happening, and you're in charge of the change. Okay, so the majority energy of my beautiful Aries, moving away from all of those wonderful Aries out there who may have had a shock and have come to this reading, I feel like things are going to get better for you. I feel like you are actually manifesting all that you need at this time, and there is a brighter future here for you to look forward to, and there is a groundedness. I feel you're getting a chance to rebuild in a healthy way. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. But for the majority of my beautiful Aries, what I'm feeling here is that there is liberation. There is an energy here of, you reshaping your landscape and being in control of almost like a bit of a demolition. So some of you may be decluttering. It doesn't have to be so grand. It can be that you're looking in your home space right now, because that second house can also connect to, decluttering the home space. You may be like, okay, I'm going to tackle that closet that needs tidying out or organizing because it's been some time. For some of you, it could be that you're looking at friendships and thinking, okay, who's got my back? Who hasn't got my back? It's time to really face up to the facts and reshuffle. So I feel some of you could also be looking at your career environment and thinking, okay, I've got to a certain level, I've hit a plateau, now maybe I should restructure, or maybe even change direction, or maybe even move in the same industry but take it from a different angle. I definitely see here that you're being given an opportunity to take a leap of faith, because whenever you look at the Tower, I mean, this is a wonderful deck, but the Tower in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it gives a little bit more detail of two figures leaping into the unknown. Okay, it's almost like they're taking that leap of faith, because it's better to change and take a leap of faith and basically believe that the universe supports your endeavors than to remain stuck in a situation going round and round in circles. And for some of you, you may feel that it's a toxic toxic cycle of repeat. Now, for some of you, this could be that you're trying to break a habit. It could be that you're trying to remove something from your diet that you really love, that perhaps you overindulge in. It could be that you are trying to choose healthier options when it comes to people and friendships. For some of you, you may have been battling an addiction in some way, and you're restructuring your life where that addiction no longer has power over you and your decisions. You are liberating yourself out of this cycle, and it's very freeing there as well. You know, the Tower, for some of you, you may have felt really isolated or lonely recently. But you know what I get here? I'm getting more than that. I'm getting this energy of you standing out from the crowd. You know, you are more than what people expect of you or what people say you are. I really see that you're setting yourself apart with a tower of power is what I'm getting here. And I don't often get tower of power, but I'm getting that with this reading right now. So I feel like you're a very strong person who's endured a lot of difficulty and hardships along the way, but now you're harnessing that power to make some radical changes in your life. And, you know, I'm being given an energy as well where because I'm about to address this card, and although this is not an angry card, okay, it can represent symbolically the emotions that are contained within, because I feel like you've been holding it all together, you know, just doing life, being on autopilot, trying to work well under pressure, all the things that society says we should be doing, you know, and it's a lot, and something's got to give. And I feel that some of you, especially if you've got the Magician card in the resistance position, you may feel that perhaps someone has been arrogant towards you. Maybe even the month of May, there may be someone who tries to push your buttons. But I feel like there's this sort of epiphany moment for you where you are recognizing that the definition of anger is actually emotional punishment for someone else's behavior. Okay, I feel like you are now protecting your inner peace and your inner sanctuary, and you are stepping away from conflict, stepping away from drama, and I feel like you are maturing as a person spiritually this month. But also I feel like you're still aligning yourself with your goals, your dreams. You're still, you know, really productive, being pushed and pulled in many different directions, multitasking. You're doing you, but I feel like you are restructuring or reorganizing, almost rebuilding your life so that you are in a stronger position and have a really strong foundation there as well. Now, this is a card of power, of course, volcanoes. It's number 9, so that is the Hermit energy. So I definitely see that you're in a period of reflection so that you can change something about your life. And this card, you know, this is a card that indicates you're letting old grudges go because, you know, that is heavy energy that only hurts you. And that's probably why I was given that sort of energy earlier about the emotional punishment. You know, we don't have to forgive past people or situations because sometimes they just don't deserve that forgiveness. But in order to let go of it and not have the karmic load weighing heavy on ourselves, so that, you know, if we hold on to those emotions, the only person we're hurting is ourselves. You know, it's like drinking the poison and expecting the other person to feel it. They're getting on with their life and they're just not even thinking about it. You know, so if you're having like a moment of road rage in the month of May, or someone has road rage at you, I feel like you're just protecting your inner sanctuary and recognizing that no one gets to affect your inner peace. Only you can allow them to do it. I know some people, they do some horrible things, and it's really hard to contain that level of peace in situations. But I feel like you're trying to work towards that. There's a personal development sort of theme running through your life at this moment in time. But if you really think about volcanoes, they are actually a destructive but regenerative force. So I really feel here that you're using this sort of power, this energy, to channel it into creating your new landscape. So you're opening new pathways, new doorways for you, and you really are in a position of power this month to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. I definitely see that there is success, there is power here, and I also feel like you're channeling to create rather than to destruct. Or if you feel there's anything that's been destructed, I feel like you're creating from that. You know, I feel like you are almost rebirthing or regenerating in some way. There's a revamp in your life in some way. For some of you, it could be, you know, a major revamp in the way that you look. It could be new clothes or a new makeup style if you do makeup, for example, or new hairstyle. It could be that you are changing something radically about you that people are going to be surprised by, but really embrace. It's really wonderful. For some of you, you're actually removing yourself from a neighborhood and moving somewhere else, or it could be that you are going overseas with that Three of Wands there. I definitely see some of you are, taking a vacation. For some of you, this is about you rediscovering a new and exciting path to whatever it is you want to accomplish, because it's almost like the tried and tested route is now a little bit dull or boring, or you feel it's not really working for you, and you're finding a radical way to approach something that you really want, maybe taking a risk or a fresh new adventure towards it, and it's really going to work for you. For some of you, this is like launching a new business or a new idea or something new and exciting in your world. You're embracing that playfulness, because of course life is really serious sometimes, and it's really hard to do it all. But at the same time, we must remember that we are also, here to have fun. And I feel you're trying to find moments of spontaneity to get out there with friends and family and soul tribe members in order to embrace the joys of life. Now, there's also something major coming through here about the wounded child. So some of you may be doing some very deep diving spiritually into healing old wounds, or resolving things within yourself, getting closure. It's almost like I see you going back to your inner child and just letting them know that you've got them. It just feels like for some of you, you may have felt like no one was there for you, but I just get this sense here that you are almost like going back to that inner child. Because remember, we may grow up, we have these adult bodies, but still we're this little inner child, hoping that everything's going to be okay, putting one foot in front of the other, moving towards our dreams and goals. We don't know how things are going to turn out to some degree, and we just have to trust and have faith in the universe that it's supporting our dreams and goals. And you have that Three of Wands there, which tells me that you are on the right path and that there are more opportunities headed your way. So if you feel like you have experienced something that you were not expecting recently, or something didn't go the way that you'd hoped for, I really get a sense here the universe is going to surprise you. Things are going to work out better than you were expecting. And I feel like you're actually aligning yourself with your heart's desire here. Trust yourself. You're making some really great moves right now. Even if some of you are ending something really abruptly and you don't know what next steps are going to happen for you, trust the process. Tap into that intuition for yourself. Now, of course, the Fool card here, I am getting a really strong energy that some of you are going to get a really lovely compliment this month that you don't look your age, okay? But it's more than that. This is a card that indicates you have so much potential this month for new opportunities or a new journey or a new beginning in some area. And I feel like you're optimizing it for yourself. This is a card that's really nourishing your journey and nudging you to take a leap of faith in some area of your life. Take that chance, because I feel it's really going to open you up to a brand new world and a brand new way of living. Also, with this card, this can indicate someone may have been careless with your feelings, or you were unprepared for someone's arrogance. I feel like, you are stepping away from that, almost like diplomatically being the bigger person by just thinking that this person just doesn't deserve your time and your energy anymore. You're better spending your energy towards you aligning yourself with your true life's mission and purpose there. Now, of course, this is a card of beginnings, so I feel like you're jumping straight into something. For some of you, it may feel like you've been on autopilot for a while, or there's been a level of apathy, and you are typically a very fiery and passionate and intense person, and you may have felt recently that something's been off, or you haven't been feeling yourself recently, but I feel like May is the month to get back on track. You're making some major radical changes here, but it's almost like you're rediscovering a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. I mean, you've got two Aries cards right here, and they're both in the resistance position. So it's like you got it in the reverse, but it will go into the upright, okay? I would also say be a little bit mindful of burning yourself out. Are you doing too much in your world? And if you are, just be a little bit mindful of your immune system, because I feel there is a potential here for you to get a seasonal cold or feel just a little bit run down, and it may hit you at a very critical time where you either need to give like a presentation, or you're about to go on a date, for example, or you want to do something really nice for you, or even just take a break. You know, you work really hard throughout the year, and then suddenly you take a vacation and suddenly you start to get a scratchy throat, or you're coming down with something. That's your body saying you've been holding it all together. You know, you've been so, strong and moving through all of these difficult experiences, and the moment you relax, the body goes, oh my gosh, I needed this. And I really feel this energy of you right now, just needing that release. Some of you, it may be through a vacation, but some of you, it may be through sport. It may be through getting into nature and just taking stock of listening to the birds and feeling the wind on your skin, and or maybe even the rain on your skin, to like just be connected to the world around you, to get that sense of peace and just breathe. Because remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So if you've been under a lot of pressure recently, because these cards tell me there's a lot of pressure, sometimes we have super high expectations of ourselves, and I definitely see that you're going to meet your expectations and you're making some really great moves in your life. Even if you feel like you're not making progress right now, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening for you. And I feel like you're aligning yourself with something, and it just feels like there's a shift this month for you that shows you that you're going to have a lot more joy, a lot more success, and things are starting to come together. There is a oneness here as well. Now, the Magician card, again, being in this position, it can indicate some of you have been feeling a bit scattered recently, and you really require to ground your energy. May is going to be that month where you really ground. Some of you may also feel like you have unfulfilled potential, or you're feeling just generally unfulfilled in some area of your life, whether it's your career, whether it's your love life, whether it's friendships. I feel you are restructuring your life in finding ways to do something about it. You're not just allowing life to happen to you, you're out there happening to life. And this is a very charged month for you, where, as I said, I just keep getting this energy of you reshaping your landscape in some way, and basically filling the canvas with what you believe should be there, and kind of decluttering anything that shouldn't. Also, the Magician card, some of you, and I mean, it's hand in hand with the Magnetism card. You actually have a lot more power in your situation than you realize or give yourself credit for. So I feel like you're tapping into this gravitas this month that really sets you apart from other people. And I feel, some of you may have felt that your manifestations have not been showing up for you, or that things have not been working in the time frame that you've been hoping for. But with that Moon card, that tells me that the universe is orchestrating things behind the scenes right now, and a path is being made clear for you to climb that mountain, be at the top of that mountain, see what's on the other side, and pick and choose the next steps on your path there as well. The Magician card, of course, is about you creating your destiny by visualizing, turning those visions into reality by using inspired action. And some of you may have felt a little bit stuck or stagnant, or you just didn't know the next steps. But this is a big breakthrough month where you get clarity, you find solutions, and you start to attract all that you need. And this is a high vibe month for you as well to tap into. So I feel utilizing those manifestation rituals, especially before the 18th of May, is really great, because Jupiter amplifies your energy for success there. Now, when you get this card, of course, it is really about you checking in with what you feel like you're attracting in your world right now, okay? You don't tend to run with the crowd. You're someone who is set apart. You're a maverick, a trailblazer, but you're starting to notice who or what you are attracting into your world. If you're an overgiver, you may be attracting more people who come into your world and take advantage of your overgiving. So you may be needing to erect healthier boundaries at this time. Sometimes the Tower can be you constructing a boundary or a barrier that says, you know what, I need some alone time, or I need you to see that you can no longer take advantage of my kindness, and you're setting yourself apart, and it's almost like you're drawing a line in the sand and saying, there's the line, don't cross it, because if you do, there will be repercussions. And I feel like you're restructuring your life in some way. Also, I feel like, you are highly magnetic. So if you are currently looking for love, I see that there is a potential for you to meet someone new. But I feel, having confidence in who you are and your ability to attract another person just by being you. Everything you need is within you. You don't need to be another person. You don't actually need to even change your life. I feel something here is like calling you to change because you feel a little bit stuck in your current situation. And whatever changes you feel called to do, then I feel like you are aligning yourself with more confidence, knowing that you're in control of the changes. You get to decide whether you change or not. The Tower sometimes comes along and says, I gave you a sign, you didn't take it, so therefore we have to make things so uncomfortable that you're nudged to make a decision on something. And I feel, once you make that decision or you make that call, I feel you open doors wide open, whether it's in areas where you are trying to have a breakthrough in like a diet, or whether it's you're trying to have a breakthrough in a career, or whether it's a personal development breakthrough. I definitely see these doors are opening up for you and you're attracting all that you've been trying to manifest for quite some time. You're seeing evidence or rewards or even progress in areas where you felt there's been no progress for quite some time. Now we also have self-reflection. As I said, big philosophical month for you. The Moon card with the Devil card, it can throw up some fears. Humans, we get anxious about things, especially change, especially reconstructing our world. If you're moving to a new neighborhood, for example, it can be really daunting. There's so many factors. You have to have a realtor, you have to have a lawyer, you have to basically get all your finances in order. It's a big deal. You have to then get everything into a box. You then have to get all your stuff across town or to a different country if you're moving abroad. Every move you make in life requires a plan and a strategy. And sometimes when we look at the bigger picture, we can feel really overwhelmed. We can go, wow, this is a monumental change I'm making right now. So that's why you're being asked to almost do like bite-sized steps, little baby steps towards whatever it is you want. And I feel, when you start to compartmentalize these steps and break it down into different parts of the plan, then suddenly you're doing the plan, and suddenly each part of that plan is coming together, and suddenly the overarching energy is that you've accomplished your goal. The bird's eye view suddenly is, oh wow, all the components are coming together and I'm making life happen for me. And I feel like you're tapping into that energy. Now, the Moon card does indicate a major time of transformation. I feel like you're in a transition period towards something greater. For some of you, this could be that you're looking at who and what drains your energy in life, because you are a power to be sort of reckoned with this month. It's a power punch month for you. And I feel like, you are looking at what drains you, what tries to derail you as well. Because remember, the moon, it cannot shine all by itself. It requires the sun to reflect its beams of light on it so it shows up in the sky. So I feel like you're looking at where people drain your energy or try to utilize your power to make them look good all the time. And this could be across the board. So also the moon card is a card of duality. Normally there's a dog and a wolf on there, and the wolf represents the independent side of life, marching to the beat of your own drum, and that's definitely your superpower, my beautiful Aries. But also there is the dog, which represents companionship, loyalty, longevity, someone being there for the long term. This could transpire in different areas of your life. Some of you, it may be that you want to be more nomadic in your career, for example, or you want to be traveling a little bit more, or you want to go off and do something really different from your friends or your family, and you're restructuring your life in order to embrace that. They may not understand what you're doing or what you're about, but that's okay, because that's not their journey. This is your journey and this is your life. For some of you, you may actually want a little bit more of a long-term stability in your world. So you may take a long-term position in a company, sign a contract that ties you in for a little while. For some of you, it's basically that you're looking at, contracts in your life. For example, subscriptions to things that, you need in your life. If you run a home, for example, or an apartment, internet providers, you may be looking at short-term contracts, long-term contracts. Some of you may actually end subscriptions that perhaps you've been paying for but not utilizing, because this is a card of cutting out anything that you're not really utilizing at this time. Also, I feel this is a purge. Some of you are detoxifying your life in some way in order to make sure that you channel your energy into healthy pursuits. And the Moon card actually means that the universe, as I said earlier, is orchestrating a surprise opportunity behind the scenes. Just because you can't see it right now doesn't mean it's not being formulated. And I feel when the moment is right, it shall be revealed for you. And it's like the path is being made clear for you to move forward and be very successful indeed. Now, of course, I feel like some of you looking at these cards, overall, it's almost like I see you addressing a fear or trying to conquer something that you're a little bit nervous or worried about, and it's going to go way better than you expected. When you look up the meaning of a Three of Wands, it normally means that, sometimes we expect something to go a certain way, and actually we're going to be pleasantly surprised that it goes way better than we thought in the first place. So this is a card of expansion. So this means that you are coming outside your comfort zone. Things that you've been waiting for are starting to show up for you. And also, you're kind of looking at what's next. Normally on the Three of Wands, there are like ships in a golden sea. Now, of course, this can indicate that your ships are coming in. Finally, all the things that you've been working hard to accomplish, you're going to be very successful there. But also, the energy of the card can also connect to the ships are going out. It's like, what's further afield? What is on the other side of fear? What can I conquer? What can I accomplish when I just smash through any blockages that have held me back for some time? And I feel like you are that goal setter and getter this month. And that Three of Wands indicates you're aligning yourself with your heart's desire. You're making great choices, and I feel you're in harmony towards the right path. And this path is leading you straight towards achievement and success there as well. Now also we have groundedness, gravity. Interesting, I gave you the word gravitas that came up in this reading, but also I can't remember a sign that I've just done a monthly for. I was given the word gravitas in that one as well. Now, I want to say maybe it is Capricorn. I can't remember 100%. So maybe someone out there has Capricorn placements. I'm not really sure, but I'll move away from that because I can't remember. But number 39, when you reduce it, of course, it is 12. And that's the Hangman energy. Seeing life from a different perspective, or almost turning your life upside down in order to get a better outcome, to learn more. Some of you may embrace a course of study this month. Some of you are looking at the attachments that you have. And when I look at this card, I actually see all the things that we are connected to. Things like subscriptions that we don't utilize or read or, really need in our life. Maybe even decluttering social media is going, okay, I've got like 1 million friends out there. I mean, I don't have 1 million friends out there, but, you may be looking at, I've got loads of friends out there I don't talk to or I don't really know. Maybe it's time to downsize on that, or reach out and say, hey, you know what, we haven't talked for 3 years. How about let's catching up for a quick coffee? I feel it's all this interconnectedness that's going on right now. And, humans, they are naturally communal creatures. So I feel right now there's this energy of you reaching out outside your usual parameters, but also reaching out to people that you haven't heard from. You may even hear from people who, that you haven't heard from in years as well. They're thinking about you. I feel there's an interconnectedness here. So you may actually have a thought this month about someone and go, I wonder how they're doing. It's been so long. And then suddenly you get a message from that person because they're on the same vibration. We are all one. And this card, it's number 39. It actually means that this is about you seeking a grounded perspective. And when you get this card also, I feel there is a seriousness about the changes that you're making, and you're making a better life for yourself in some way. And I feel the path that you are on, the trajectory you are on, you actually have more power in this situation, as I said, than you give yourself credit for. So this month, it seems to be more about challenging yourself in some way, or launching something new, a new way of life, new way of living, lifestyle, or neighborhood, or job, or projects. I just feel like you're launching yourself out of a comfort zone, and it's going to be refreshing and thrilling. Now, when it comes to finances, I mean, some of you may have been a little bit worried about finances here. You may be taking control of things. I feel like you've got this. I feel like you're making things happen for you. And, with the Three of Wands, and you connect that to an actual career reading or a money reading, for example, it tends to mean that things are going to be a little bit better than you expected. Expect financial returns, or I mean, it could be that there's like some sort of rebate that comes in there, maybe even a little bit of an increase in finances or budget. I definitely get a sense here that you're going to be able to save a little bit more, or you're manifesting more prosperity there as well. I just feel like you're taking control in uncertain times, and I feel that things are going to work out for you. And I also see that you have a natural affinity to nature, and you're being called to be in nature this month. So some of you may actually book a vacation where you go to the woods, or you actually go somewhere where there's like an animal sanctuary, for example. You may also notice that animals start to pay you more attention this month. Cats, dogs, birds, you know, even insects, I feel like maybe attracted to you this month. And I just feel there's this energy of a shift happening for you, and you can finally see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, your final card, we have Harvest. Okay, so this says you're about to receive rewards for all of your hard work and dedication, happiness, wealth, blessings, and overflow. And I feel it's because you've had the energy and the drive to be bold and daring and, you know, go above and beyond in your life. And there's definitely you reaping the rewards and making progress, or at least seeing that there is progress this month where you couldn't have seen it before. So I'm also going to get a rune or a trinket for you. Okay, we've only got one rune here. Now, this is a water rune, so this is all about your emotions. As I said, this month, bit of a deep dive this month when it comes to the self. This is also an energy of paying close attention to your dreams and goals, your manifesting, using your intuition, developing your psychic gifts. I mean, some of you may feel the pressure of time this month, but I feel it's important to honor your inner sanctuary of peace and keep a measured approach to the month. Don't feel pressured into anything. I feel try to keep it at a measured, grounded pace this month, because there's going to be a lot of energy flying around. Mars is really going to affect you a lot, and you can tap into it and utilize it and make it work for you in a very beneficial way, but also it can feel a little bit overwhelming when it hits your sign as well, so just watch out for that. Also, psychic intuition. Some of you are developing your spiritual gifts this month, or are curious about what gifts you have and may make a move to develop them this month as well. So I'm just getting an energy before I move forward. I'm being given like the words going against the grain. So you may feel that there's a certain path that you're on, or you feel like you're meant to be on, but you're just doing things differently in a maverick way. That's your superpower. Embrace it, you know? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Aries. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Now, this is really random, and I think it even came up for another sign, but I can't remember. But maybe not this month, but I've definitely sort of seen something like this before. I'm being shown a potato in the water before I leave your reading, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. Now, potatoes, of course, they have lots of eyes. So maybe this is about you keeping your eye on developments, protecting everything that you worked really hard for. Some of you may be worried about restructure, merges in companies, for example, but I feel like you're in a really good position to navigate new opportunities for you there. I mean, the potato actually is best planted alone, because it needs like extra minerals from the soil. So maybe this is, you know, an indication that maybe this month is going to be very hectic for you. You need some extra minerals, or pay close attention to your diet or to your immune system. It could also be that you are reminded that this is an important month for growth, that sometimes, you know, we can't see growth happening. We can't see opportunities growing, but they are. It could also be that some of you are thinking about growing your own potatoes, perhaps, or maybe it's something that you feel is not healthy for you. You're cutting out of your diet, or I'm not really sure how to decode it, but that's all I can find. I mean, for some of you, the fact that potatoes, when I say all I can find within myself to kind of try and decode it, because sometimes it's like, okay, I'm being given an image for the monthly reading of a potato. What can I do with that? Because there's nothing else to go with it, so I have to just go with that. But maybe it actually means that, you know, you are finding your own unique way to enrich yourself by being alone. You know, as I said, potatoes, they tend to need to be grown alone in the soil because they need extra minerals. So maybe it's, you know, that you are finding ways to enrich yourself alone at this moment. And this tower is you protecting your sanctuary so that you don't have any distractions at this time, because you're in an intense period of personal development, growth. You're thinking about new strategies, new pathways, new doors. And, you know, it's an exciting time for you because it's all change. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure if it does, but hopefully it resonates with someone out there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.